Well, we've been talking about the three characteristics of existence over these past few months, and just trying to sort of begin to make sense of them in a deeper way. And today I just want to pull these terms together so that you can start to see how they work in operation. Because these terms actually describe the world that we live in. Anicca says that everything changes. Dukkha says that in life, there is no enduring happiness to hang on to. And anatta, nothing personal, but personal is optional. It's just a point of view, one point of view out of many. Anatta is a decidedly less personal perspective. We, you and me, relate to the world around us as us, with our opinions and views, our likes and our dislikes. This is me just doing my life, being real. I don't wake up in the morning and have to remember that I'm Susan. I'm just in that view, right? When I wake up. Just like when you wake up, you're in your view. That's just the way one looks at things, generally speaking. Now, another way of looking is the way of mindfulness, which illuminates certain other aspects of experience that are also already there. It's just a shift in perspective. Again, we shift out of our particular perspective and into a mindful view. And it sees us, me, in relation to you, to others, to this room, all of it. Whatever's going on, whoever else is there. And from this perspective, from this mindful perspective, the perspective of a wise elder, a wise, caring, friendly other who cares about my welfare, but also cares about yours. And cares about actually, well, whatever's around me. If I'm in a forest, it cares about the forest I'm in. Now, from this less identified perspective, it allows us to see the welfare of all, not just ourselves. Now, what is the most skillful action that can be done? That's what mindfulness is asking us, right? If I'm in a tangle with Bill, and if I stay in my perspective and Susan Morgan's perspective, well, we could lock horns till the cows come home, which could be never. But shifting into a not Susan perspective, shifting into that wise, caring friend, now I can see the situation anew. This perspective can see Susan, what's going on with Susan, what is she carrying and holding and feeling, and how is she relating, and can also see, like, step into Bill's view and say, well, what's his perspective? What's going on over there? And then see this interaction. That's what that perspective offers. Now, what's the most skillful action? Mindfulness is providing a very different perspective. And it gives us different tools to look at, to use, to be able to look at reality. Here we've been looking at anicca, dukkha, and anatta to describe a different perspective that takes us out of our own particular narrative, the narrative that we've got going on in our heads all day long. Most of us just walk around narrating and operating out of old scripts that get a lot of play, are so well rehearsed that they practically do themselves. In fact, they actually do themselves. They're narratives that are looping and on autopilot. I wake up in the morning, I break up grumpy, I do this, or I wake up happy, I do that. I wake up undecided, I do something else. Right? Through the lens of mindfulness, though, we are decidedly shifting into a different perspective so we can look and feel from that perspective. And from that perspective, we can alter how the moment is being related to. Mindfulness entrains decidedly different eyes, decidedly different hearts than our own. Kind eyes, soft gaze, warm heart, welcoming, accepting, allowing, connected. These eyes, this warm heart sees from a wide angle, sees all the parties involved and their radical interconnectedness to all of this world, human, animal, insect, plant, element, it all. We can't help but be connected. We can't help but be in relationship to all of it. We wake up in the morning and we're in it. And yet, I want to say the Buddha also said, he said, don't trust me. Him, that is, don't trust him. And he also said, don't trust me, Susan, that is. And he also said, don't trust any teacher for that matter. He said, trust your own experience. Do the practice in earnest and check the results. Cause and effect. Trust, cause, and effect. So in this case, how might seeing from this perspective of anicca, dukkha, and anatta be helpful? All right, let's take an example. Suppose I had a headache that didn't go away. Well, that'd be rough, right? Well, gratefully, no headache has ever not ended. I can attest to that. At some point or another, they all have ended. Sure, another one might arise, or doubt might arise very soon after. Another one might arise, and no doubt soon, but each one ends. And simple awareness can get lost, easily missed and forgotten. This simple awareness of the migraine will end, the headache will end. And I assure you that when that headache ends, I feel better. The pain is gone. The dukkha has ended. And at some point or another, it will be noticed. I'll feel more functional. And still, I might forget to notice that at one point, my head was so bad that I couldn't see straight. Right? That'll be in the rearview mirror, and I will have forgotten that. We have to keep remembering this. It's important to remember when it passes, because when it passes, thank goodness it passed. Can the passing away of an unpleasant experience be noticed and appreciated? I'd encourage this. Train yourself to see when the unpleasant ends, and train yourself to notice and appreciate the ending, because it's for your welfare. Now, what if I had a headache and I identified with it? When I'm in it, I'm identified with it, and depending upon my mood and my level of awareness, I could be mad at myself for having a headache. Or I could assume responsibility and feel myself to be weak and defective. Or I might feel bad about myself, poor me, blah, blah, blah. Or I might chastise myself, right? What's wrong with me? Why can't I figure it out? I should know better, blah, blah, blah. Or I might belittle or shame myself. There you go again, Susan, trying to be like everybody else, pushing yourself, blah, blah, blah. You're weak and defective, right? It's endless where Susan could go, depending upon her mood and her presence of mind, right? But through the lens of mindfulness, through the 3 characteristics of existence, I don't have to take the headache personally. It's just pain that's appearing. Pain that it can be experienced as throbbing, tightness, pulling, heat, pressure. I don't even have to name headache. I don't even have to name Susan. But that discomfort can be seen, felt, appreciated, and attended to for what it is. Kindly, even. When this discomfort is seen from a less personal perspective, from that anatta perspective, a not self view. This is what mindfulness is training us to see from, so that we can attend to ourselves more kindly, right? So we're learning how to shift out of our usual perspective, our usual way of seeing and relating to things. And we're learning how to shift into this mindful view, which helps us to see from this mindful, friendly perspective, to see that everything is changing, that I can't hold on to anything. Nothing's I can hold on to. There's no happiness I can hold on to forever. And that Susan doesn't have to get involved. right? These are important things to begin to see and to see for ourselves. So as the Buddha suggested, let's not, don't trust me, don't trust Bill, trust your own experience. Begin to start to notice, from this perspective, when you see from this perspective, this less personal perspective, is it helpful to you for letting go of some of the suffering? If you don't take it personally, if you don't take your aging body personally, does it cause less suffering that way? Just for your consideration.